Hi, welcome to Evolution of Policy Plan in Education. Now let's quickly look at what it entails to have evolution of a policy. Now let's look at the meaning of policy, program, plan, and projects, often referred to as 4Ps. Policy could be described as a plan of action agreed or chosen by an individual, group of people, or government to solve a problem. It could also mean an explicit or implicit decision or group of decisions, which may set out directives for guiding future decisions. Now, if you're looking at it, the program aspect of it, the program means a plan of things to be done or that are included in the development of things to be done. Now, program is a product of policy. The universal basic education is a policy program. You derive program from policy that is on ground. Now we're talking about distance education. Open and distance education is from the policy. If you look through the national policy of education in Nigeria, something was said about expanding access, which actually brought about the emphasis that is now laid on open and distance education as a way of expanding access in university education. Now, what is a plan? Plan could be seen as an arrangement of set of things to be done. It's an arrangement of set of things to be done towards goal achievement. It could also mean an intention to do something. Now, project. What is project? Project is a planned piece of work that finds information about something. It could also mean a piece of work that involves careful study of a subject over a period of time. When this happened, we say, oh, the person is applying the research project. But on the other hand, when it's a piece of work that finds information about something, then it's equally a project, which is different from the researcher project. There are several projects in education. What are these projects that could be seen in education? One is building project, laboratory project, workshop project. A project could also be described as a concrete manifestation of a plan. Because when you plan, it is a project that will help you to bring up what the plan has been. Now let us look at the policy framework in education using the Harvard WD 1994 view. It has a framework that it put in place. The first frame thing is said there is identification of problems. You need to identify a problem because you don't just walk into a plan. This is all framework and it works. It's something that we can imbibe and modify if need be, because there must be a problem. And it is that problem that will carry you to say, okay, let us have a plan to solve that problem. Now let us look at the issue that I just mentioned now, which is the area of open and distance learning. There was a problem of being able to accommodate all those that demand university education in Nigeria and elsewhere. And because of the increase in access to education, especially university education, there was a need, because that was a problem. Because the capacity in the universities, in the face-to-face university, could not carry the demand of those that are coming into the university system. Now, secondly, you need to analyze the analysis of the identified problem. You now have to break the problem into parts. You break the problem into parts and, okay, this problem is this. And what has happened to this problem? What led to this problem? How can this problem be solved? These are the areas you need to look at while you are analyzing the problem. The generation of opinion or alternative choices. When you have analyzed, knowing the cause of the problem, knowing the different alternatives that could be used, that could help in solving that problem. Because you have to put all the opinions, all the alternative choices down that could help to solve that problem. Then you have to look at the policy formulation. And right there, well, if you have solved the problem and you want to formulate policy out of this, will it be feasible? What could be done? Now, still using that example, you had a problem. Oh, some people are not getting admission into a school. Before now, you see that the cutoff mark was fairly lower than what it is today. The cutoff mark kept increasing because you want to eliminate some persons out because there is no space to take care of everybody that is taking admission into the university education. So with that, you have to come up with some other form of policy. Then again, now that you have, okay, let us increase access, bringing in open and distance education. Now the problem was, can we put it into policy? Yes, that has been done. And even right now in Nigeria, apart from the single mode open education we have, which is the National Open University of Nigeria, you discover that there are other ones that have been encouraged, even the face-to-face have been encouraged to go dual. Dual in the sense that they are doing majorly face-to-face and they are bringing in part of it. And some of the institution has been given go-ahead to do this. So right there, you discover that it will have to look at they're planning for policy formulation, because when you know that this thing can be put into policy, then you have to plan for that formulation and how the policy will be implemented, as well as the policy evaluation. You have to put into place how such policy will be evaluated, and the policy adjustment or redesign. Where there is a need, how are you going to redesign the policy if there is need? Now let's look at the factors of policy emergence. These factors, we could divide them into two parts. First, we're going to look at it under environmental situation factors. Under environmental situation factors, we have the politics of the environment. The politics of the environment could influence the type of policy that will be made. So when you want to generate policy, you have to look at the politics that is in place in that environment. That will determine the type of policies that you can come up with. Secondly, you're going to look at the economy of the environment. What is the type of economy that is in that environment? The type of economy will determine again the type of policy that could be formulated. And that type of, if you study it very well, it will give you an insight or the policy that will strive in that type of economy. Next, again, we have to look at the population and other demographic factors. You look at the population, and in looking at the population, you look at the population according to age and spread. You look at the population according to age and spread, because the age and the spread will determine the type of policy that will be faced. For example, if you have more old age persons in a particular environment, let us assume from age 40 above, there are more, then definitely there is you will not have much need to have a primary school. You will not have more need to say, okay, everybody has to go into a primary school, because maybe the few ones that are there, they are almost all in school. So the type of the population will determine the type of target that need to be set. Again, you will have to look at the tradition. In the area of looking at the tradition, you look at the religion, you look at the cultural value of the people. The cultural value of the people is very vital when you are setting policies, because when you set some policies and it do not go in line with the cultural value or the religious belief of those people, it may be very difficult for you to implement such a factor. You have to look at the social factors along the geographical and physical terrain. These are the things you consider under environmental situation factor. Then secondly, you look at the education setup factor. Under the education setup factor, we have to look at the access and the education opportunity. Look at the access. What is the access before the people that they can go into primary school, secondary school, and the tertiary education? What type of access do they have? Is there a need for you to expand the access? What is the situation like? Then you have to look out for every opportunity that will enable them enhance access, that will enable them have a seamless access. Now you look at the equality and the equity factor in education. The equality and equity factor is very important. If you have a school that both the rich and the poor children can go in there and study together and work together, is there any segregation among those that will have access to education? Now these are things that you need to look at and make policy out of it. Then you look at the education structure in existence. What is the type of education structure that is already in place in that area? Then what is lacking in that structure, or what is good in that structure? Again, all this will help you to beef up and know what you need to do. Then you look at the level of efficiency, both internal and external. What is the level of efficiency within? Is the education system efficient? Or if it is not efficient, what are the problems? What are the challenges that is making it to be efficient? Then externally, is it efficient? Is it effective? If they are not, what are the challenges? With knowing the challenges, we enable you to know how the type of policy that will emerge from that type of a situation. Now, management and organizational arrangement on ground. Again, this is very vital. You need to know the type of arrangement that is on ground, the management arrangement that is on ground, the organizational arrangement that is on ground, governmental arrangement that is on ground. When all these are known, it will help you to come up with a good policy, because the policy will only emerge when there are issues to be solved.